back to the GameDay Squad Rugby League show hosted by Josh and I as always. And Josh, I'll give you credit. I'll get out the way bright and early. Everyone's probably talking about it. The Dogs hat, it gets to stay up this week.
Let's go.
Just because you guys got the win. 32-0 at Belmore. I was there. Awesome atmosphere. 32-0. First of all,
So happy.
Start with that before we get into our squads, please.
I think, I was pretty confident during the week. I said, yeah, we'll grab the win. But I'd say very lucky in terms of the bomb try the Titans had.
In literally
very unlucky.
What was that, second minute?
Second minute, and I was like, oh, we're going to get smashed. But we didn't, and the boys showed real great attitude to the rest of the game and, attacked and defended, which is great coming into the Good Friday clash.
Yeah, big clash coming up here
How
for
about
the
your boys?
Doggies.
How about your boys?
Very good. Loved it. Rivalry game. Derby. Got the win over South Sydney. We were there.
Yeah.
How'd you love it, seeing my team win? Your least favourite team for those that don't know. Second least favourite after Parrot, right?
Yeah, it was all right, not too bad. It was not too bad.
It's good to see Souths get smoked.
But
hopefully we smoked them hard enough so that your boys can get one over them on Friday.
It wasn't good for my game day squad.
Nah, look, okay. I'll go and say I missed out on the top 100. I was pretty confident that I would crack it again, but I didn't. I was ranked 105 this week.
Wow. I thought you had me because I got 95. Ranked 95.
No, 10 spots the difference.
I honestly thought you had me because I think we were talking midweek. You were top 30. I'm like, I'm well and truly out of it.
I was top 30 with 3 games to go.
That's crazy how it can change so quickly, which it can. That's game day squad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gutted. 2-1 down. It's 2-1, yeah?
2-1.
2-1 to Josh's way. So, and the Doggies hat stays up. So this was your week for your squad. You can pop that hat on or you can stay up there, mates. It's entirely up to you.
Stay right there.
It's actually funny now because now I'm going to seem overconfident like Josh was the other week because with strike spares and misses, which we'll jump straight into, I had 2 strikes and I didn't include a spare. I was actually that confident that I got you this week.
Wow.
So like egg all over my face and it's actually embarrassing, but I don't shy away from things.
That's it.
So I'm gonna get into it. I
it.
genuinely had no spares and I'll read out my 2 strikes. Tedesco, 77, his highest score yet. Awesome performance. Vintage Teddy, but then also we saw a ball playing side of him too, which is really going to help unlock your squad this I guess, week to week. If we see Tedesco play like that and playing balls out the back, once he gives the ball to Dom Young, it's already a line break assist and I'd say 8 times out of 10 will lead to a try assist.
Yeah.
So you're getting extra points, which Teddy didn't have that long passing game last season or a couple of seasons before. So
Let's not forget episode 1, the player you were sticking clear of was Tedesco. It was your stick away player. And look at that, how it's come back around.
So all have the turntables. Always stay loyal to your team, you know what I mean? Always stay loyal to your players. So I'm loyal to my Roosters, loyal to my players. Then at the end of the day, you stay loyal to your squad.
Fair enough.
But loyal to your squad as a coach from a coach perspective. Because you can chop and change, but loyalty, you don't get rid of anyone. Don't need to sell them.
It's true.
I saw Tedesco there. I'm like, look, this guy is the captain of my club.
Yeah.
He's going to stay in my game day squad. Whether he stays in the 18 players week in, week out, I don't know. But look, after 77, his highest score yet, and seeing the way the Roosters attack, very inspiring.
Well, yeah, especially after a week where, fullbacks probably didn't score what they could have potentially. Like I say, Reece Walsh, obviously with the cut under the eye, couldn't continue the games, which a lot of squads, they
would have suffered there.
Have Reece Walsh in their team.
But with a Silver Tedesco, I didn't suffer.
Yeah, so you
luckily, I had Jordan Rapana as well as my other strike. He played at fullback and got 82.
That's crazy.
And I've got him in the centre wing area. So
he's actually really good.
Outside back, so it's really good. And we'll get into something else later on in the episode, which I'm sure you'll talk about too. But yeah, pretty solid effort all around my strikes.
I didn't know that because I had Jordan Rapana gold last week and I've taken it out of my squad.
Ouch.
So it looks like I have to bring him back in. But yeah, for my hit, I've gone with Cobbo. I had a pretty average week, so that's why I thought I lost because I had no big strike like you've had 2 there. I had no one score over.
Yeah, I just had strikes and misses.
I literally had no one score over 55 points.
Really?
Yeah, everyone just scored just the average.
I'm actually embarrassed. We're gonna have to do like a
But I think I know where you were wrong. So Cobbo for me, my hit, 155 meters gained, 7 tackle breaks, which is the big thing. Cobbo, a big boy. Reece Walsh getting injured helped him gain the game more, which he needs to. A player like that,
when Cobbo shifted to fullback.
He was my spare for the last few weeks, and it's what he needs to do. But obviously this week, the team list. He's not named fullback. They've got Tristan Saylor. So let's see how that goes. But it's like, do I play Cobbo? I know that he can score a very mid-score in 30s if he doesn't get involved, but I'm looking for him to come in field.
They got the Cowboys, right?
They got the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys, we've seen them start very slow the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And they have to fight back.
They're just an attacking team, right? So Broncos have the ability probably in this game to score 24 points.
Yeah.
And then Cowboys, I've got them winning the match. I think Cowboys could outscore them, put 40 on them.
Yeah.
But it's, who's to say that Cobbo won't score 8 of those 24 points himself?
The team's Cowboys versus, the Knights and Dragons, you can let those teams in and, you can potentially come back. But if you let a team like Broncos start strong, it's really hard to fight back unless you're Penrith.
But without Reynolds, Haas and Walsh.
Oh, Reynolds is in.
Oh, Reynolds is back in.
Reynolds back in.
He's back in.
Yeah, I was surprised by that as well. So, and add to Cobbo's stat, 1 line break, which a bonus. So, looking for him to go back-to-back with a 55, 60 point score, which would be good for me. So,
fair call.
So, yeah.
I don't hope so for your case, only because of the 2-1 loss. It'd be nice to bring it back to 2-2.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens there. Do you want to jump into your spare, because I was overly cocky this
Yeah,
week?
let's go for it. My spare was Dylan Brown. I think this is the 2nd week in a row, maybe. I've definitely put him down before as my spare. Just not getting involved enough. The ball is going to his side. It's just the points aren't accumulating.
They're not flowing.
It's just not for him. I don't know what it is. So he's got 1 try assist, 116 meters gained, which is pretty good. Good ball running. 1 line break assist. So as my spare, I've just thought to myself, I have to give him another chance, especially, unlucky for Moses. Moses being out, Dylan Brown shifts into the kick-in role.
That kills me.
It does. And for Brown, now he has to get involved even more. I've been saying it for the last 3 rounds now. He just needs to get his hand on the ball, because when he does, no one's, that left foot step is going to get someone. And that's all he needs to get a 60-point score.
He could easily go from a miss to a strike when he's going to take over the majority of the kicking and probably the ball playing too, right? But also that combination that he had with Sean Lane over the last couple of years was phenomenal. And we haven't even been able to see a glimpse of it so far because we're so early on in the season, and Lane's come back from a long-term injury as well. So,
I had
still plenty of punch to be packed,
For my squad, for my transfers this week, I had to just think, do I stick with Brown or go with Cody Walker? And I've stuck with Brown and put Metcalf on the bench for Cody Walker.
Okay.
That's my tactic.
Yeah. Well, I've got to bring Reynolds back in since he's in the squad, since he's been named, and I've got to take Moses out of my squad since he's out for a couple of months. But I'll go to my miss, and this is where strategy comes into play. And we're all coaches of our own teams, and Josh and I are here to jump on, provide some sort of opinion and advice based off our preferences and mentality. And this is where I've got to make a real switch and an executive decision as coach here, because I had gold Jeremiah Nanai. I've actually played him all 3 rounds so far. Wow. He's an explosive player. When he scores tries, he's going to score points. But he got me 48, which is 40 in base. But because I got the special card, I got the gold card. That's 48 points. It's just not good enough for a gold card. Like when you're spending that sort of money, in my opinion, I'm wanting 65 plus. Like if Teddy's getting between 60 and 70 in base, I know he's a fullback, but you're getting a gold back rower who's a prolific try scorer, and he's getting under 50, it's like, it's time to rethink here. So I will rethink. I will have a look at who I've got available in my squad. And if I need to head to the transfer market, I need to head there. But
try to pick up a bronze.
Might try to...
Still a good player in the squad.
I've actually got bronze Nanai. That's the thing. So I'm thinking of chucking in the bronze Nanai.
That's a good one.
And then spending my gold elsewhere on someone more polished, like an outside back. Because I'm finding out, like, outside back for me has been the hardest position to pick so far. And now that we're 3 weeks in, I think we can have these opinions with a bit more validation to it. What do you think?
Yeah, I just think unless you're certain on a gold player, like unless you're very certain that he's going to have a good week, I think sticking with a silver card like you have your James Tedesco is very smart and very wise.
Yeah, it's safe, and obviously that cost that little bit less allows you to go higher elsewhere.
You can
and I played a platinum card. Actually, you're gonna be. I don't know if you'll be shocked, impressed, or somewhere in between here.
What is it? Don't tell me.
This week, I played a diamond card.
Oh, no.
I've only got 2 diamond cards, and one of them is Jared Warrior Hargraves, and as a true Rooster, Jared's 300. I'm like, you know what? There's no better omen. I got to play Diamond Jared here.
How'd he go?
Look, just as people thought he'd go, he's not known for fantasy to score high points. So he got 31, which got me 44. So 44 from a bronze player, I'm not complaining. 44 from...
Surprised he wasn't your miss.
No, it won't be, never be my miss, which I'll get into now. So I'll be talking about the Roosters all day long. The miss was Nanai, and I did touch on that, but I just want to get into it a bit further here. The Cowboys, this was my mentality behind it. Obviously, they lost Lukey, and they came up against the Dragons. I knew they were going to score points, probably get to a close total of what I'd assume 50.
Yeah.
They ended up getting pretty close to 50, but it just didn't happen for him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I think we saw Drinkwater take more ownership, which probably will lead us into like going for the backs now. Like if you know the backs have a good matchup, they're going to score more points than your edges.
Compared to last season, I don't know what it is, but the outside backs are, sticking it to the halves and the fullbacks right now, to be honest. But
like the outside backs, like if you're a roaming centre or a fullback who plays that catch and pass style footy, you're an extra half in your team and you're going to score more points because you're at the back end of when the try's being scored.
Yeah. In a tackle break and a line break or a line break assist, a try assist.
It all adds up.
That's where it is.
And you can get so many line break assists and tackle breaks that you think is leading to something creative. And the try doesn't eventuate, but like you're still stacking up points.
We saw that we saw that with this week. Who was it? Ridiculous. But we'll get into that later. But in my miss, I got Stephen Crichton. As a Doggies fan, I've stuck with him. My captain, like you said, your captain. I've stuck with him every week. He's just not getting involved enough.
Yeah.
But it's funny to say I'll get rid of him this week and I can almost guarantee he has a blinder. But I have to go with my gut instinct, leave him out this week.
I can see an intercept try coming. I just want to call it from now.
Yeah, I just see against the Bunnies, he has a good record against them. I mean, he's got Jack Wyden, which isn't easy.
Yeah.
But that side has been pretty weak for the Rabbitohs, to be honest. I just don't know what it is. If it's just the chemistry, they're not linking up, or
that's the Rabbitohs' right side.
I'm talking about. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so my other way around. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's who's on that side.
Well, actually, we don't even know because they could be switching things up.
They could switch it up, but in terms of Critter, he has a good record against Rabbitohs, so he could do anything. So it might be a bad decision in terms of coaching decision, but in the game he got 2 tackle breaks, and only 9 tackles, which is surprising. He had 1 error, only ran 103 meters, which is not enough.
Other players stood up, but it's like maybe we thought going in like Critter's going to be that guy.
Yeah.
But it's more like let the team do it and I'll inject myself when I need to.
Yeah. So he just stays there, waits for the ball to get the kick go. Just, wait to see what happens. I mean, he didn't grab a try, he didn't grab a try assist. So, like I said, he could just have a blinder against the Bunnies on Good Friday, but I was going to keep him out and see better for my squad, add someone in.
We'll see what happens there. On the radar, let's get straight into it. Touching on the Doggies and, being of Lebanese background ourselves, our boy Jacob Karaz, so proud of him and happy for him. Obviously, he was sitting here about a year ago talking to us about his plans, his goals and the Doggies. So I know you'd be super happy having him represent the blue and white. But I'm looking to, I wouldn't say get him in my squad each week.
Yeah.
But he's definitely someone that I want to bring in so that I can have the option of playing him. Because seriously, I got written down here, top scored this week. Top scored. Everyone.
Really crazy.
Average of 29 going into the round. So I was like, out of the 2 games he's played, he's averaging 29. The Doggies aren't offering much in attack at all. I'm like, he's not going to score points defensively. Yeah. He started running, started offloading, started breaking out. He had like 7 tackle breaks or something.
Yeah.
Obviously scored a try in the end. He gets involved, ends up topping the scoring this round. He's definitely someone on the radar for me. And jumping off the back of that, someone else who's on the radar because I wouldn't say there's a similarity. Obviously different positions, very different stage in their career because this bloke's only played 2 games. But Lachlan Galvin from Tigers, I want to say jumping on the attacking bandwagon here, being able to help the team score some points. He's someone that you should seriously look at getting into your squad, especially given the situation we've got with halves right now. Second game, scored 57, got involved in heaps.
Yeah, especially that left side for Tigers. Looks very, very strong. Justin Olam, now into the squad. He's just, defensively in an attack, he just wants to be there. Galvin's at Olam, it's going to probably try and happen once a game.
Yeah.
And it probably will work out 8 times out of 10.
And plus, they've got forwards running crazy good lines, which I haven't seen from the Tigers in years. So, there's an opportunity there for multiple line breaks.
A little sneaky there to pick up.
And also another thing that you got to watch, like this is more from an eye test sort of thing. when the Tigers forward pack get going, which we haven't seen much of,
Yeah.
but we did see it this weekend, when they get going and they pop an offload out to Appy, Appy's one of the quickest hookers and most alert in the game.
Yeah, last week, man.
You've got that paired with the young gun like Galvin. There's plenty of opportunity to keep the play alive. So definitely someone to look at.
My rated player last week was Appy, and I was like, you have to. I was almost certain you had to have Appy in your squad last week. Now I'm just, he's a set. You're gonna have him, especially Harry Green out this week. Harry Green's out. We don't storm by.
Well, we're worried with the goal kicking with Appy. We're like, it's an upside, but like, what if they don't even score? Like, Tigers don't even score that many tries. And look at him go.
Just his run, just the way he would just run the ball. He was determined to grab the ball. And I think it was when Hines was getting up, pick up the ball, and he just shoulder to shoulder and just wanted the ball more. Just little things like that. He did,
and he had gastro all week.
Yeah,
so shitting all week and then shat on the Sharkies.
So a lot of disappointments in the Sharks as well. So I had a few of them.
Yeah,
but my
your radar,
my radar player Tommy. I had
Turbo?
to give him, I had to give him 3 weeks, just to see how he would go, and he just, he's looking good.
He passed the eye test. He passed the hammy test.
Yeah, he a few contact plays, he came out pretty good. So it's like Tommy's back, touch wood. But yeah, just the way he can play left and right. Now you got Brooksy who can play left and right as well. So they're really unpredictable. You used to think, I think in the first 2 rounds I was like, they're looking for Tommy too much, but now that they actually have that chemistry, you can see Tommy inserting himself when he needs to.
Yeah.
If it's off a kick or it's off outside the back or inside play or just picking up a scoop from dummy half, he's just getting involved. So I think a player like Tommy, you're playing with either a Tedesco or a Ryan Papenaz when he's playing or Reece Walsh when he's fit. Like they're a pretty good deadly combo.
Yeah, definitely deadly combo. For me, it's a tough one because I've got Drinkwater and Tedesco, and I think Drinkwater just clicked into gear like Turbo did.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I do? But it's not going to hurt to have, and that's the beauty of GameDay Squad, right? We always say every week's different, but the fact that you can just keep them, your cards, they're yours to keep, and then you can then select each week who you want to play. It's probably worth stacking up as many fullbacks as you can.
Yeah.
And then picking them based off their matchups, which is important. But Josh, I'll let you lead the next one. Transfer market. Who are you looking to purchase?
Yeah, my transfer market is Appy. I'm looking to get Appy because right now I have Harry Green in the hooker position, so trying to pick him up, but it's tough right now. Not many people are trying to sell him. Got a lot of bronze trades. I don't know how the players are trade, so I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I couldn't get him in my free packs. Open your packs if you haven't. But I need Appy in my squad this week, so I'm going to buy him for sure.
There's nothing worse than like having a thought in the back of your mind, like I'm actually going to pack this play, and then you don't pack them. And you're like, shit.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, but I do need to get him for sure.
Yeah.
He's my transfer player. He's my one to watch last week, my radar player, and he's tested it, done well, and I need to pick him up, go back it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we always mention GameDay Squad being week to week.
Yeah,
so I've got 2 players here that I put down for transfer market. One purely because of the matchup this week. Not the matchup, more the position. Could you guess who it is? It's someone who we love dearly who's shifted to fullback.
My brain.
It's one of your favourite players for the Warriors, mate.
Oh, yeah, Roger. Yeah.
RTS, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He moves to fullback from centre. Yeah. And his try on the weekend was a fullback roaming sort of running play, right?
Yeah.
So
crazy. I think he's definitely a player especially at home.
Yeah.
Play fullback. Yeah, he's gonna love it. He's gonna thrive.
So definitely someone. But then I mentioned my dilemma with Drinky and Teddy. So it's not easy. Roosters come up against Penrith. Could it be a time where I don't play Teddy, but also Cleary's out and Roosters seem to be on fire at the moment after that win? So it's a tough one for me. A lot of things going on in my mind as coach, but I'll make a decision there. But definitely someone on the transfer market that you'd want to purchase, RTS. That's more from a week-to-week sort of thing now that he's playing fullback. But then I've got a player, Brian To'o. I'm struggling with outside backs. I said that. I'll be completely honest. I'm struggling. Rapana's probably my only decent option that I've got there, and it's probably because he's been playing a bit of fullback. But Brian To'o is someone who week in, when each game rolls around and you don't know who to pick or you're like, who's got a better matchup this week? To'o's always going to deliver. So even though you don't need to set and forget the one player, why not have To'o there? Yeah. Why not go to the transfer market, make sure you've got him so when you don't know who to pick or you're not sure what the matchups are like, you're like, you know what? This guy's going to get through his work and a ton of it and he'll average a decent score.
Well, yeah, just like Karaz. Like they're going to work. They're going to get involved. Just the tackle breaks is what gets you the points, man. Like the tackle breaks. If you have a player that can just either just 1 out of 2 sets is make 1 tackle break, 2 tackle breaks, get an offload off. So those players are just You need them in your squad.
Well, you have 2 good runs.
Yeah.
You could probably score, what would you say, 7, 8 points in 2 good runs. Like
Very quickly.
So it's like 15, 16 points added up.
And also you have the strike force of scoring tries. So it's like...
Yeah, especially being a star winger in a star-started team.
So, I think you just got to... I think you stay focused on your outside backs, try and pick the players who want to get on the ball in their hands.
Yeah. Game Day Squad, for those, like... We've been playing for a little while now, and we always say we want to provide our opinion and our advice from our perspective from what we see. But what I believe in is players who you see get involved week to week, and you see the effort they're putting in. You need them in your squad.
Like it might not look like anything. Like it might he just ran the ball, but it's like no, but he's running the ball every set.
Every single set. He's not taking a backward step.
Yeah.
He's getting those offloads. He's getting those tackle breaks. He's the one getting his team on the front foot. Or he's the one that when his team is on the front foot, he's there to take that next carry. That next carry then leads to points.
Yeah.
Or fantasy points bounce off him. So you look at the players that get involved the most, pair that up with the matchup that they've got coming up, and I think that's how you go about your squad. And I think in exciting news, we'll reveal our squads next week.
Yeah.
Because we would have had 4 game weeks done and dusted.
Yeah.
We would have spent a little bit of money, opened up a little bit of packs and gone with what we feel is right based off all our advice. So we'll be announcing our squads next week and showing it on the screen. So stay tuned for that.
I reckon a player to watch this week. I don't think bye this week just because of the matchup, but Dom Young is a player to watch this week as well. He's kind of on my radar too, but in terms of someone who gets involved, I think the Roosters are heavily playing right side. They're not almost doing it every set, like every play, but they're looking to push that right pass to Dom Young. So a player like that who's going to bag a try might get leading try scorer this year. So a player to have it in your squad is good to have, man. To be honest,
see how he goes against Penrith, because
obviously the matchup.
But we're talking about matchups, right? Penrith is full of players that can go around you, but you can't necessarily go around them. Exactly. And the Roosters are going to try to attack by going around Penrith, but it's extremely difficult to do so. I don't know how Dom Young gets himself involved.
I definitely watch it. See if he can do well against Penrith, I think he's a player that you should pick up.
If he can do well against Penrith, I think he becomes a set and forget, sort of like To'o.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of what they can do and what points they can score. Josh.
Well, he's up against To'o.
He is. Do you think they'll switch sides because of the height difference? Or, Taruva's not much taller, so will it not?
I think the ball's going on Dom Young all game. That's why I was saying it. So it's like, can To'o just get up and just tap the ball out or try and catch? Well, he probably won't be able to get the catch. I think Dom Young will take it 9 times out of 10.
Do you think Kiri's wise enough to kick it to him?
That's the game plan.
Surely that's got to be the game plan.
That's the Roosters' game plan. You have to go left or even the other side. You got Sawali and Joey, so it's like...
And Tupou,
so it's like... Wherever you kick it, I think that's the game.
6 foot all day, boys.
It's the height. It's the height advantage.
It's beautiful. We love to see it. We'll get into fan questions first, and then stats don't lie and our predictions. So I've got the fan questions here. Josh, who do I play in the halves this week?
Yeah, this is tough. I'm struggling in this. I've struggled all year. My first 3 rounds, I've struggled.
I can't lie. I have struggled.
You can't pick it. You can pick it, but now with the injuries coming in, you got Mitchell Moses out. A lot of people have Mitchell Moses. A lot of people have Nathan Cleary, of course. And for us to tell you, this is what... we're not saying do it, but for me, I think Sean Johnson is a pickup this week. Yeah. I've had him all year, but I'm almost certain he has a blinder, especially with Roger roaming behind. One pass to Roger get a try assist or a line break assist. We saw it in the trial match when Roger was playing fullback.
Yeah,
for a bit. They love playing in the middle together.
Well, the thing is, now that he's playing fullback, I think there'll be more. Now that Roger's playing fullback, there'll be more of a link up with the 7.
That's right.
So definitely Sean Johnson because you're going to see more of him.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking Manly with their matchup against the Dragons, you could go with either Brooks or Cherry Evans there. So that'd be an option.
I was going to say Brooks.
And with the way Galvin's playing too, would you take...
I think maybe
it too early?
Maybe early because it's still good, decent halfbacks you could play. You could pick up Dylan Brown. Like I said, Dylan Brown's going to get involved way more than what he was.
Because he's playing 7.
And he has to lead in front, being more of a leader. So he has to literally get involved probably nearly every single play, which is tough. But like I said, more involved, more points you score. So Dylan Brown, another player as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't go with anyone from Canberra. I think we had a direct message come in, not part of the question, but just trying to assess Canberra and their team. Obviously, they're doing well. They're a true reflection of Ricky, the way they played their tough, gritty footy. I can't see their halves doing too much on the point scoring front. Yeah. And they've got a weakened Sharks team this week, so there is a bit of interest there. But it's Sharks at Shark Park, and I don't think their halves scream out at me.
All right, stick clear of Hines. What are you doing?
Yeah,
you're talking Hines up for 3 weeks. A lot of people will be asking.
Did I jinx him? I apologise.
I don't know. I just still think it's a problem at the Sharks. Trindle is not the half.
Trindle's a bit of a ball hog.
Yeah, he is. He holds the ball.
shots.
Yeah, that's what it is. We saw that in a trial match. He just won the ball more than Hines, which, like I told you, if you want the ball, you're going to get the ball. So Nico has to demand the footy, and it's just not happening right now. And Trindle is even taking some of the kicks off.
Well,
I
won't be playing Nico this week.
Okay.
I've actually got Metcalf as well as someone who we didn't really mention.
Yeah, Metcalf.
Because he could play off the back of Sean and RTS. So if you're asking for halves, I'll give you enough options because you can obviously pick 3. So we'll give 6 that way. We've doubled it for you guys. So Metcalf, Sean Johnson, Daly Cherry Evans, Luke Brooks, Mitch Moses, and
Mitch Moses is out.
Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown.
If I was to go another one, maybe Adam Reynolds. Is Adam Reynolds?
Yeah, Reynolds is back. I haven't said him.
Yeah,
could go with Reynolds being back.
You can go Adam Reynolds.
Just because he's going to be doing all the work. Really.
Literally, that's like I said. We're going to say all year. Get your hands on the ball, you score more points.
Yeah. So that's that done and dusted. We got 2 more questions. This backs off what we're saying. Has Galvin become a genuine option?
I think he's a definite option for the Tigers. They're definitely going to be playing every week. In terms of your squad and can he compete with the best, I think it's way too early, in my opinion, to say, yeah, he's gonna be your player in your squad. And I mean, if you can back it, this is a player not many people are going to have. So if he scores well, you're already up there. You're beating a lot of other coaches.
So for someone who's played 2 first-grade NRL games, he's averaging 47.
Yeah, which is really good.
So he scored 37 in the first week on debut.
Yeah.
I think 30 points came from tackles.
Better than most halves, yeah.
Yep. And he hasn't missed, actually, fun stat here, before stats don't lie. My stats don't lie segment might shock you this week.
Yeah.
He's made 44 tackles, 22 in each game, none missed.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty good.
So the boy doesn't miss a tackle.
That's really good.
The galvanizer, they're calling him. So, to do that and then get some attacking upside off the back of it this week, you're up against a Parramatta side where if you don't get, they're a bit weaker as well, Parramatta this week. But if you don't get the attacking upside and you get his average of 47, are you complaining with that, with the state of halves right now? Probably not. Because obviously the big one who we haven't touched on is Cleary. He's out as well. So I'd put Galvin in there. I don't know if I'd put Galvin over Reynolds.
It's a player that not a lot of people will have.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a pod and someone who is averaging 47, I know it's a small sample size, but roll with it. Roll with it, and best of luck to you.
I wouldn't say go out and find him, but if you have him in your squad just sitting there in the card, definitely this is the week to play him.
Yeah. We got another question. Would you play a Fafita All-Star card this week if he is named? By the way, Fafita's not named. He was scheduled to come back between rounds 4 and 6, so it could be round 5 or 6 that he comes back.
Even if he was, probably not.
Probably not.
Not yet.
Especially with Tino gone. Sure, there'll be more reliability of and this is where I disagree with Josh saying if you get the more, your hands on the ball more, you'll score points. That is true. But in a team like the Gold Coast Titans, it does depend on the player always. But in a team like the Titans, where they rely on working as a team and then that bursting run of Fafita, sure, he's going to do it. But if he's not in a good position to get going in that regard, how's he going to get there? And Tino gets them there. And now that he's gone, I wouldn't have played him if I had him. But that was the last question we've got. Make sure you fan questions are on the Discord, on the YouTube comment section, or just DM it to us. But we'll go to Stats Don't Lie. And Josh, I would usually throw it to you with this.
Go for it.
But I want to go ahead. I've got here written down, this week I'm going with the Stats Do Lie.
No.
All right?
Okay.
We don't like liars, right?
Yeah, go for it.
We love stats, though. The stats do lie this time round. Yeah. Round 4. Souths get through the Dogs every Good Friday. The Dogs have been winless at Good Friday football, since 2017. All right? Penrith have a 9-1 record against the Roosters of their last 10 meetings. 9 wins and 1 loss. And in those meetings, Roosters have won the comp twice.
Yeah.
Still only won 1 game out of their last 10 against Penrith. Para have beaten the Tigers on Easter Monday 80% of the time.
Wow.
This isn't looking good, right? So you'd expect to have attacking points coming from attacking players from those 3 teams. But could this be a year where we see the Dogs do a job on Rabbitohs where they're 0-3, they're last on the ladder, no one's impressed or stood out, apart from Latrell early on, I think when he had just has this crazy runs and gets a ton of points out of that. No one's impressed. You saw Carras top score the entire competition in the round that just passed. Then you got the Roosters, who are favourites to beat Penrith this week, and Penrith without their attacking superstar Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
Could we see a shift in momentum there where we don't necessarily need to go with those Penrith players?
Yeah.
And same with Para. After the Tigers dismantled the Sharks last week, and Para, I would say they got lucky to get their win, and now they're without Mitch Moses.
Yeah.
It's
very possible.
Is it possible
could
that the
lie.
stats on the way those teams have performed, and we're thinking, okay, who gets their hands on the ball, who's going to attack, which teams are going to score points?
Yeah.
It could be completely flipped. So I'm going go with gut. Don't go with the stats this week.
Man, you switched it up a bit. You caught me off guard. But I don't mind it. It's my team, so your team as well. So it doesn't bother me. But my stats,
My squad, my rules, mate.
my stats off the back of what you said before, I can't make it up on the spot. But it's Crichton intercept bunnies. He
I put that idea in your mind, didn't you?
And I think you're right. I think it's not really a stat, but he's done it a few times against the bunnies, especially in that grand final.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not linking up right now very well. They're trying to find, on the left side, trying to find Wyden or Johnston, and on the other side. So I mixed it up. On the right side, Hawkins tries to throw a cut-out ball, and it doesn't work out.
The passes just aren't sticking.
Critter could just, with his height and ability, he's an athlete, man. He takes the ball. Who's catching him? I don't see anyone catching him.
I'm trying to think of who Souths have in their team who'd be like the fastest player.
No, Damien Cook probably over 40, but the whole field.
Was he a beach sprinter?
Yeah, I remember Damien Cook made a mad tackle on someone after the intercept. Just don't know who it was. But anyways.
Yeah. It's not happening from the middle of the field after Cookie's been through a ton of work.
So yeah, I'm going to say, off the back of what you said, Doggy's winning. I think Crichton takes an intercept.
Listen, I'm not pushing Doggies winning. I'm just saying.
Crichton taking an intercept, win the game for the Bulldogs.
So you're agreeing with me that stats do lie this week?
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah.
I didn't think I'd cop that, but we'll take it. Any prediction for the week before we say goodbye to everyone? Apart from no Bulldogs predictions. Surely no Bulldogs prediction allowed.
I think based off what you said, I said Tigers would win this week against Para, and I also think Canberra are going to beat the Sharks. Which are probably like two teams. A lot of people are going to get opposites. That people go Para, people go Sharkies to win. Obviously, off the back of a loss the Sharks had, which a lot of people be spewing about that in their squads. So I'm going to call like in my eyes, they're not upsets if they win because they're in pretty good form.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I think. They're my predictions.
Well, Roosters take on Penrith this week. Obviously, it's my team, and I'm not going to go with like a team style sort of thing. I'm going to focus on my actual squad.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Tedesco scores over 60 for a fourth consecutive week. That's not my silver Teddy. That's just Teddy's points in general.
Yeah.
Normal bronze standard points. I'm saying he goes over 60 for a fourth time this week and becomes hopefully one of the most consistent players on the GameDay squad. So against Penrith, who pretty good, probably the best defensive team in the NRL. I'm thinking he goes over 60. That's my prediction.
100%.
But enjoy your long weekend. Have a happy Easter. Enjoy the footy.
Leave your comments down in the Discord, of course. We'd love to see any questions coming through.
Yeah.
We'd love to answer anything.
We'll be trying to go to 2 games, so stay tuned for our content on SportsShed TV. We'll try to get some fan content done. But honestly, my squad needs to lift. We're going to do a squad review next round, next week. So
yep.
I'm just hoping I can get one up on Josh so it's 2-2 and we're going in because I don't want to be so positive and confident showing my squad and then I hear all this sort of crap and hopefully we can knock that off.
I think it the opposite.
Actually, you know what? I'm happy for this to stay.
Yeah.
Because I need the Rabbitohs to lose as a Roosters fan as well. So, look after your squads, guys, please.
Yeah,
make the changes because we're coming for the top 50. No, is it 2? No, I didn't even get top 100.
Yeah, I'm coming top 2.
Top 2?
First.
Josh, mate, you can keep that to yourself.
Big premise needed.
But that's the GameDay Squad Rugby League show, done and dusted. Another week, and we're here every week. So get those comments in, support the content, and any closing word?
No, enough from me. See ya.
See you guys.